This is Meghan. Meghan has no makeup on.
A blank canvas.
Clearly you can tell that she picks her skin.
That's why you shouldn't pick your skin, kids.
It's okay, Meghan. Lots of people do. Today, Meghan is going to show you her everyday makeup routine.
Let's do my everyday makeup.
Shall we call it clean girl aesthetic? No? No.
Oh my god, do I look like Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? That hairline is just like so creative. I recently posted this picture on my Instagram story and I got so many messages, people asking like what makeup I was wearing because it was a really good makeup day. But I thought it would be fun to do like my current everyday spring makeup because I do find I change my makeup up. My makeup is not my op. I do find that I change my makeup up seasonally. So this is the current rotation to get the current face. Talk to me in a couple years, who knows, maybe I'll have a whole new face. I want to take a quick moment to thank today's sponsor, 𝘗𝘁𝗃. I've talked about 𝘗𝘁𝗃 on my channel here before. I have talked about mental health extensively and how much therapy has benefited me. 𝘗𝘁𝗃 is a platform that makes finding a great therapist easier and one who specifically takes your insurance and has availability. Because there is nothing worse than being like, oh my gosh, I found the perfect therapist. And they go, oh yeah, no, we actually don't have any openings until 2047. They connect you with highly vetted, independent, licensed therapists across the country, in person or virtual sessions. You can filter by what insurance they take, their specialty and treatment options, and even more so you can find the perfect fit for you. Guess how many insurance carriers 𝘗𝘁𝗃 supports? You won't be able to, because I'll be honest, didn't even know there were this many insurances. Over 50. And Medicare in some states, which their competitors most often do not offer. Sessions average at about $21 with insurance, and depending on your coverage, it could be as low as $0. $0. There's no subscription required, there's no long-term commitment. Try it out, test it out. If something comes up, you've got 24 hours before your appointment to cancel at no charge. And as someone with ADHD, I like it when the mental health care system works with that. Because sometimes you're like, that's why I am here. This is making it difficult. To learn more about 𝘗𝘁𝗃, you can click the link in my description or scan the QR code on screen. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. Your homework today, make a man go to therapy. We'll all be better off. I've already done all of my skin prep, but I am gonna add like one last thing before we get into the makeup. This is from 𝑘𝗏𝗏. This is their Skin Hero Glow Moisturizer-y highlighter. My skin has been feeling extra dull and dry lately. Really nice, plump, pretty skin. For primer, I'm using the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. I've been using the 𝑒.l.f. dupe for so long, and this gets tackier way quicker than the 𝑒.l.f. one. The formula of this is just so nice, and I think a lot of people would assume gripping formula, oh, that is for summer when your skin is oily and you don't want your makeup to move anywhere. Yes, but I also like it in the winter. To me, I find that the gripping primer really helps everything stay in place. When I'm blowing my nose, allergy season, kind of want to get really glowy. This is the Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector. I don't do this every time, but let's glow. Like the top of the Chrysler building. Do you know that was my foray into acting? Annie, my first school play, I played Duffy. Oh no, that's not true. My first foray into acting was in The Wiz, and I was a munchkin, and they forgot to give me a line because every third grader got one line, and then the next day, they made this big ordeal about giving me and another person who they also forgot to give their singular line. They gave us 2 lines. Of course, I was like, so I'm incredibly talented. You say I have a future in this. It didn't click that they were like making up for a mistake that they had made. And Annie, I was Duffy, the big orphan. Guy was like at least 5'5" in 5th grade. So I'm really into color correcting, like you can see, even the zits. And I think a lot of people think that their skin is a lot more red than it is, especially with like breakouts. But a lot of the time it can turn like that purplish color, especially if you're dealing with scarring and even things with shadows. This is just the Ulta color corrector. I really loved the Tarte one. It's just like an old Tarte concealer palette, but I don't want to buy from Tarte. So if you have another color corrector, specifically an under eye one that you love, please let me know. This does blend really nicely though. It is a lot thinner of a formula. For me, it's the dark corners that I find so odd. How much have I talked about this? This is the Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint. I do think they need more shades. I'm not giving them any excuse by saying like it's definitely a flexible product. I can use this in all seasons. Now my summer shade and my winter shade are different, but they're not that different. Katie Jane Hughes taught me this trick, and I've only been doing this for like a month or so. You apply the product into the palm of your hand and then just really work it into the brush before you apply it to your face. And it just slowly builds and looks so good. It's also buildable. Add a little bit more. I've been loving the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear. Same thing. Apply it on the back of my hand, buff it into the brush. This is the IT Cosmetics like dual ended. It's one of my absolute favorite brushes. This is also an IT Cosmetics brush. You also use so much less product this way. For any of my stubborn blemishes, I've been really liking the NARS Pot Concealer. So this one right here. I, like so many others, was caught in a chokehold with the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. It never looked good by the end of the day. It was like so dry, but nothing stayed like it did. Nothing did. It would really dry out those days, and like sometimes like it's kind of like skincare. I was like, okay, if I put it on as it will dry out inevitably. But the NARS concealer has like all of the same coverage. It's just not going to flake by the end of the day. I'm just gonna set my under eyes. This is a very broken but beloved Tower 28 powder. It's the pink one, and I do like that for under eye brightness. I promise you this goes a lot faster when I'm not talking. Contour, same thing, hand. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour. I've heard some kind of wild things about her, so I don't want to really promote that brand, but that is what it is. And this is just like a super, super dense little brush. I find that it makes for a good contour, because contour is not bronzer. Bronzer, you diffuse it out. Contour, you really want to keep it precise in that area. My hairline looks confused. This is a very old school Anastasia pole. And yeah, it's cream. They don't make it anymore, it's discontinued. Do I still use it? Of course I do. This I use on a smaller brush for my nose. I feel like my nose contour is one of the things I'm always changing and always trying to recreate a version that I don't remember that I did. Powder brush into another discontinued palette. It's so old. Urban Decay. And just kind of go over everything pretty lightly. I would say this is a warmer contour. Hoola bronzer. So you set all creams with powders. Now for my favorite blush. I don't know which one I should use. I love this Milk Makeup one. It's like an orangey red. Then I have two from Make Cosmetics, Flushed and Spice. And they're just so pretty. I think we're gonna start with Spice. Like all cream products. And I like a higher kind of blush placement, but I'm also liking it to look a little sunburned. So also on my forehead, also on my nose. I think we're gonna top it off with the Milk one. This is in Pop, but that shade is just so pretty. I love an orangey red. And when I layer blushes and I do brighter, I tend to do a bit of the brighter higher up, so it like fades in. So pretty. This is the RMS loose powder. I need to do more trial and error. I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of never know how I feel about powders. This is the Tower 28 blush in Long Beach Iced Tea. These are so pretty. They're very buildable, but they like pack a punch. What I love about this shade is it's like a bronzer. You know that trend people are talking about? Like a bronzer blush? It's just really seamless. For highlight, she's going back to this. I cannot get enough. Have used this, I think every day since I've gotten this palette, and it's well over a year and a half, 2 years old. It's so good. It's the Lancome Louvre palette. Am I telling you to go buy an entire palette just for the highlight? Maybe. Back to that cream contour palette. Ow, I pinched my finger really hard. So taking a angled brush and these light shades, I try and do it straighter than Trixie Mattel does. There and here. Did I learn this from Drag Race Queens? I did. You could leave it like this if you're Marsha, but I do blend it. One of my zits on my nose is popping through, but that's okay. Pencil into the same highlight shade, and I just set what I just did. Same one in a fluffier brush, inner corner. If I'm feeling extra, I will use one of the ambient strobe ones from Hourglass. So pretty. I forgot to put my under eye concealer on. I color corrected, but I didn't put concealer. This is IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. It has like a really nice tacky feel to it. When it's allergy season, my under eyes get so much worse. They just get darker. They get more purple, they get more swollen. Watch me like look back on this footage and you can't even tell. I haven't been in a big eyeshadow mood lately, but I have been in the mood for glitter. I placed a Yes Style order before the tariffs took into effect. I'm trying to get started on that, man. But these were two of the ones that I grabbed. They are from 𝘊𝑥𝑖, and they're called Keep Progress. I will link them if I can. When I tried to link these like initially the first time, I was having a wee bit of trouble, and I do think that was tariff related. One is in O1 and the other is in D2. O1 is more of like a icy kind of glitter. This one's more of like a peachy pink glitter, which you know is my bread and butter. What I love about this is like, do you see? It's just kind of a little bit sparse. That's how I like my glitter. I'm not looking for something metallic. I'm looking for like sprinkles and flecks of glitter right right in the center of the eye. I was gonna say because I have hooded eyes, but I know that people are very serious about who has hooded eyes and who doesn't. Because of my eye shape, I do bring the glitter up a little bit higher so you can see it when my eyes are totally open. So if I just did it here, my eye opens, you can't see it. I go up like that. Do a little in the inner corner too, a little under my eye too. It might sound counterintuitive, but I think doing glitter in those three places, eyelid, inner corner, and right below your lash line, I think it makes it look more casual. It doesn't look like a cut crease glitter. It looks like a sprinkling of fairy dust. Another thing I love to do is take a bubblegum pink blush, much cooler toned. I will also do this with the Dior one. This is the Tower 28 in Malibu Cooler on a smaller blush brush. And I put that kind of in between where I've set my under eye and that blush to really blend it in. And that pink kind of lifts everything and blends it all together. Stunning, I know. My God, this is good. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Setting Spray. I love it. I don't know what witchcraft they have figured out to put in there to make it so it like melts all of your makeup together and it gives you that like hydrated dew to your face, but doesn't make your makeup slip off, and then also makes it last longer than you would if you didn't use it. I have really stubborn eyebrows. They don't want to go up. They don't want to stay up. They also don't grow anywhere else. This is it. This is all my eyebrows do. This is all they have ever done. It's all they will ever do. So I am picky with brow products. I don't look good with a defined brow, but I look better when my brows aren't so thin as they naturally are. I've thought about doing lamination, but I am a little afraid that my brows would just fall out. This is a newer brow gel to me. It's the got2b glued brow gel, as in like the hair care brand. My tried and true is Benefit. I think it's 24-hour brow set. I wanted to try something else. I'm just looking to find something slightly cheaper. I kind of think of brow gels, at least for me in the formula I like, I will rarely like it straight out of the tube. I kind of need it to dry out a little bit, and that's how I feel about this. I think I'm going to really like it. As of right now, I'm like, yeah. That is how I feel about this one though. The Maybelline Super Lick? Slick? Why does it say Super Lick? Super Lock. So sorry. The O is supposed to be a lock. I just thought we were supposed to insert a different letter in there, and I don't know why I went with Lick. My bad. This had such rave reviews, and when I first used it, I was like, yeah, it's fine, but it is nowhere near the Benefit one. And then as it started to dry out, I was like, no, I actually love this. I do think I'll feel the same way with the got2b one. Maybe it's because when the formula is too wet, my brow hairs are so fine that they can't stay up. Mascara, my favorite of all time. You know, I love her. It is the Heroin Make Super Waterproof Brown Mascara. It's a true brown. It's a true brown waterproof mascara. Look at my lashes before. Unremarkable. Similar to my eyebrows, my lashes grow straight down and they do not hold a curl. Waterproof is the most important factor. I curl one eye at a time. That's how fast they fall. And I start just getting the tips, not all the way to the base, just the tip. I've recommended this so many times, and I posted it on my Instagram story and people were like, hey, I got this the last time that you talked about it. I love it. It's great. My only issue is it really stays. How do you get yours off? That's okay if that happens, just ignore it. Use like a combo of micellar water, and then I do a cleansing balm, and I'm like kind of okay if it doesn't all the way go away, because yeah, it really doesn't budge. And then people were telling me that the same brand makes a remover for it, so you apply it the same way like you would a mascara at the end of the day, and it just melts right off. I got it. They weren't lying. It works perfectly. So I'll link that down below too. I don't know if it's in my head, but I really feel like my lower lashes are a lot longer than my top lashes. Now for the second coat, I will go more to the base, but I do really focus mostly on the ends, and then for my eye shape I find focusing on the center versus the outer corner works better for me. That's insane. This is the peel off lip tint from Kendall. I'll link it. This is not from TikTok shop, but I'm sure it's on TikTok shop. I think it's the one that everybody uses. And what I'm gonna do is one of the things that I know a lot of people hate about this trend, and that is I'm going to line my lips. I'm not gonna fill them all the way in. Quick. I don't leave it long enough to peel. I don't find that I need to. And if you can tell, I try to do it a little bit thicker and darker on the middle. So the middle top and the middle bottom. I'm going to do a little bit more just so it's a little more even. This is either the shade 06 or 90. Oh dang, sometimes I forget I have a tattoo right there. This is the Smashbox lipstick in Famous. Now back with the Juicy Tube in Spring Fling. If you're looking for the glossiest lip gloss ever, it is this. Is it a little sticky? Yeah, that's because it's so glossy, and it's also because it stays. That is it. That is the makeup. Again, I swear it does not take me nearly as long when I'm not narrating it. I think it's really pretty. I really like the minimal on the eyes. I can do it so quickly. It wears nicely throughout the day, and it just looks, I don't know, alive and fresh. God, I need to get my hair done. That is it for my everyday makeup routine. I hope you enjoyed, hope you like it. I will link all of the products that I used down below. And yeah, I hope you're well. Bye. I really need to go take my meds. Oopsie, I forgot.